So once a year we do Passover, Pesach, and um, and we basically try to have to connect to that energy of freedom and bring it out throughout the entire year. And there's a lot of things like that in Judaism where there's a specific energy that we connect on a certain month, on the first certain festival, through a certain festival, and then we try to apply it in our everyday life. So, what is the way, or the most powerful way, or the most obvious way to experience Passover every day? Well, interestingly, if you think of the word, the Pesach Seder, so Seder means order, and there is, to the best of my knowledge, two places where we, at least most commonly, speak about an order, which is the Sidur of Tefillah, which is the order of prayer that we do every day, and there's also the Shisha Sidre Mishnah, the six orders of the Mishnah. So I want to focus more on the prayer part. The Shisha Sidre Mishnah actually is interesting. The six orders of the Mishnah. It's the fact that it's the number six corresponds a bit to the Seder plate where there are six items on the plate, and you can find in the commentaries that every Seder or order of the Mishnah correspond to purifying ourselves and fixing our character traits. So it's also here to help us disconnect from our Egypt, from our body, from our limitation. But so today I want to focus on the procedure of prayer. So every day you get the opportunity to go out of Egypt. Out of Egypt means going out of all our limitation, going out of our evil character traits, our little pharaohs that we have in us, and to have total clarity of why we're here, that we're connected to God, and God is involved in every aspect of our lives. He's guiding us. So when we pray in the morning, the whole Siddur is rising up and trying to have tremendous clarity and to achieve a very high spiritual level right away in the morning. The first thing we do in the morning is we go out of Egypt. When we put on tefillin, we are mentioning that the reason we put on tefillin is to go out, to remember that we went out of Egypt and God, with a strong hand, guided us. And the whole prayer is going through the different stages of the world, the physical and spiritual world, and disconnecting from anything that limits us. And the climax of the prayer is in the Shmoneh Esrei. And within the Shmoneh Esrei, the climax is the Kedusha. So what is interesting is that we could say the climax of going out of Egypt is when we were singing Az Yashir Moshe, the song by the Yam Suf, and that we reach a level of closeness to Hashem and clarity higher than the prophets Yirmiyahu, Yechezkel, and Ishayahu. Now, what is interesting is that what we read in Kedusha are actually the verse when we say that we imitate the angels who say Kadosh, 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 or Baruch Shem Kevod Hashem L'Mikomo. These were seen by the prophet Yechezkel and Ishayahu. So we reach every day. We have the ability to reach a level where we're completely out of Egypt, and we are like the prophets Ishayahu and Yechezkel and Isaiah and Ezekiel in English, and we're able to be like those angels. That's why actually we put our feet together, because we are becoming on the level of those Jews by the crossing of the sea, and we're able to experience the Merkava, the holy chariot, which they speak in Kabbalah, which is just basically a tremendous clarity of how the world functions and how God is involved in our everyday life, and we become detached from anything from this world. So I think it's a very powerful thing if every day when we use our siddur, especially in the morning, for to pray, and we say, today I'm going out of Egypt, and your whole day is almost a celebration that and a preparation, transcendence. You're transcending basically the fact that you were a body. Right when you woke up, you were a body, and you were almost dead. You were sleeping, and you had the desires and needs and limitations. But right away in the morning, you go out of all those things that could limit us, the way people think in this world, the way society wants you to think that you're limited, and you pray, and you reach within your prayer the climax, and you say Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh on the level of the prophets, angels, the people who cross the sea, and you experience that. It's incredible. You're able every morning to experience Passover. So I think it's a good idea and preparation for the Passover Seder, where we understand that Pesach is also means Pesach, the mouth that speak. The whole davening is it's Pesach, is the mouth that speaks. We're praying, and we're using our power of speech. And we know, according to the rabbis, that the power of speech was in exile. Dibur was in Galus, the power of being able to speak and connect to God, and use the power of the Hebrew alphabet and all that. That was locked in, so to speak, and that's why we do in davening. We use all those powers to be able to transcend any physical and spiritual limitations. So that's what I want to share with you. I wish you all Chag Kosher v'Sameach, and may you all be able to experience going out of Egypt every morning when you pray Shacharit with your Siddur. Chag Sameach.